Hello guys, so now we shall be discussing regarding the structure of the human eyeball. Okay, structure of human eyeball. So what is the structure of the human eyeball? So basically within the structure of the human eyeball, first of all let me draw the human eyeball. Basically we have got two types of layers. One is called as the outer part of the human eyeball and the structures that are present outside, structures that are present inside. So what are the structures that are present outside? Outside we have got three important layers. And what are the structures that are present inside also we will discuss. First of all, let me draw a picture of the eyeball and then I will explain you what are the structures that are located outside and inside. So if you look at the eyeball, right? So this is the eyeball like this. So this is just a rough picture of your eyeball. Okay. Now in this particular part, if you see the outer, if you look at the outer part, this outer 5/6 part, whatever is there. Okay. So outer 5/6 part is called as your sclera. So which means this one. If I am dividing it like this outer 5/6 part is called as your sclera. Okay. Next, the anterior 1/6 part is called as your cornea. So this structure which is more convex is called as your cornea, and the remaining part is called as your sclera. Okay. So this part over here is called as your sclera. So this structure all over this is called as your sclera. Okay, so this green color shaded region, whatever I'm doing right now, is called as your sclera. Okay, so this part over here is called as your sclera. And next, the anterior part, whatever is there, right? So this anterior part, whatever is there, this anterior part is called as your cornea. So this part over here is called as your cornea. So this is your cornea and the outer part is called as your sclera. Okay. Now after this the second important point is the vascular layer. So we even have got a very good vascular layer here. Now this vascular layer which I am drawing right now is called as choroid. So this is the layer which I am drawing right now here. You can see this layer which I am drawing. I will shade it in a minute. So this particular layer is called as your choroid. So what is this choroid? Choroid is nothing but a purely vascular layer is called as your choroid. You see this red color shading, whatever I am doing right now, right? So this vascular layer is called as your choroid. This vascular layer is called as your choroid. Now what is happening usually? What is happening usually is that this particular choroid, anteriorly it becomes thick in the form of a triangular shaped body. Okay, anteriorly this choroid becomes thick in the form of a triangular shaped body, and this is called as a ciliary body. Okay, now hanging down from the ciliary body you have got a structure like this. You have got a structure that is hanging down from the ciliary body, and this is called as your iris. So what is this structure which is on the back? This structure which you can see is called as your choroid, right? This choroid anteriorly becomes thick, and this thickened portion is called as ciliary body. This thickened portion is called ciliary body. Now hanging down to this ciliary body, you have got another important structure here. This structure over here is called as your iris. Okay, this structure over here is called as your iris. Now after this, the next important thing is that all the way from the ciliary body, you see some fibers that are coming down. From here, from above and from below, you see from the ciliary body the fibers that are hanging down. Okay. Now these fibers, what are they doing? These fibers are holding a structure in its position. These fibers are holding exactly what? These fibers are holding this particular structure called as lens. Okay. So these fibers are called as suspensory ligaments or also called as zonules. Okay. So these structures over here are called as zonules, or you can also call them as suspensory ligaments. Suspensory ligaments or zonules. So suspensory ligaments or zonules are holding what? They are holding your lens in the center. Okay, lens is a transparent one, transparent structure which is located there. Now after these two layers, outermost layer was sclera, the next layer was choroid. Now after these two layers, you come across a third layer also. Now what is this third layer? So this is a third layer which I am drawing right now. Just look at it. So this particular third layer which I am drawing right now is called as your retina. This particular structure which I am drawing right now is called as your retina. Now all of you know one very important thing, that retina has got two important layers. What are the two important layers? One is called as a pigmented layer, another one is called as a neural layer, right? So where is the pigmented layer and where is the neural layer over here? First of all, let me highlight this part so that you will understand where is the pigmented and the neural layer. So this layer which I am drawing right now is called as a neural layer. This blue color layer which I am drawing right now is called as your neural layer. Okay, and where is this pigmented layer then? The pigmented layer is located just beneath the neural layer like this. So this is a pigmented layer. Now pigmented layer is coming all the way down till the ciliary body like this. Okay, not only ciliary body, it will even cover your iris also. So this is your pigmented layer which is coming down all the way, pink color one, and it crosses above your ciliary body and even your iris also. So this pink layer is called as a pigmented layer and the blue layer is called as your what? That is called as your neural layer. Okay. Now after this, here two important cavities you can see. For example, you see this particular cavity here, right? So this particular cavity which you can see over here is called, this cavity is completely filled with the fluid, right? So this cavity over here is called as vitreous humor. What is this cavity called? This cavity is called as vitreous humor. After that, you see a cavity in the front also like this, right? So this cavity in the front is called as aqueous humor. So there are two important humors over here. So what are these two humors? One is called as vitreous humor. Another one over here is called as aqueous humor, vitreous humor as well as aqueous humor. Okay. So what are these structures? This particular one over here is called as your retina, and down here you have got this pink color layer called as a pigmented layer. Pigmented layer. Now within this neural layer, within this blue color layer or the neural layer, you have got some structures. Right. So can anyone tell what are these structures that are located over here? These structures which are located are called as rods and cones. Okay. For example, if I cut down this section over here, okay, if I make a cut section of this and draw it down over here, what are the layers from outside to inside you would see? The first important layer you would see, this one is, what is this layer? This layer is called as your sclera. Right. Now after the sclera, the next important layer you see is choroid. The next important layer you see is choroid. Now after the choroid, the pink layer, what is this? This is called as your pigmented layer. After the pigmented layer, the next layer you see is your neural layer. Neural layer is having what? Rods and cones. For example, these structures which I am drawing like this are called as rods. Okay. And these structures which I am drawing like this, these are called as cones. These are called as cones. Above these rods and cones, you have got another important structure like this. These are called as bipolar cells. Okay, these are called as bipolar cells. So what are these structures over here? These are called as bipolar cells. Okay, these are called as rods and cones. Rods and cones. Okay, the bipolar cells and rods and cones together you call them as a neural layer. Neural layer. Okay, and after that you have got your pigmented layer. Then you have got your choroid as well as sclera. Right. So these are all some of the important things which you need to know regarding the structure of the human eyeball, guys. So thank you so much for watching my video. Goodbye.